These are the most in-demand sneakers of 2025 so far. Now, this is a post recently put up by Nice Kicks. We're going to go through this because you're not telling me there weren't some surprises on this list. And the surprises are what I'm actually here to talk about, okay? And give flowers to, because I'm very biased in the fact that one of the sneakers that I think surprises a lot of people on this list is one of my favorite sneakers. And also, it was my first pickup after 5 months of not buying any sneakers. And that's right, I'm talking about the Nike P6000 in the metallic silver colorway. So let's dive in really fast. So this list was actually put together by Alias.org. So this is actually a platform in which you can cross post for both GOAT and then Flight Club. So you can check that out. It was linked in the actual Nice Kicks post. So again, this is not an all-encompassing list. They didn't pull eBay and StockX and any number of other platforms. So let's just get that out of the way, because I know someone will say, well, this is so limited because it's just GOAT. I get that. Totally get it. But for the fun of the post, let's just enjoy this, okay? Everything doesn't have to be heavy, okay? Let's just enjoy it, because I was really surprised. I thought some would be on here, but I was surprised by a few. So let's go through this. They say, we're through the first half of the year. We're actually almost through 7 months of the year. So it's moving. 2025 is moving. For better or worse, it's moving. But we're going to keep it for the better and fun in this post. So, January. Now, you will notice there's a staple, okay, for sure. Actually, I think there might be two when it comes to Jordan Brand. And Jordan and Nike, let me just get this other elephant in the room out of the way, because I've seen it in some comments where I thought everybody stopped wearing Nike. I thought Nike fell off. Losing market share and falling off are two vastly different things, and words matter. I think they matter, very much so. As someone that speaks on camera, words matter. If you're someone where you write, then you understand that words matter. I think it's important for all of us to acknowledge that words matter. So for me to say, oh my God, like Nike and Jordan has just fallen off so much, like nobody wears them, that's a blatant lie, because even for the pairs that I picked up this year, although limited, 3 of them so far have been Nike. So to say that they've completely fallen off, no, they haven't. Have they lost market share? Certainly, but they're still the ones that are in the top spot. And we can see that by those sneakers that are in demand. So you have one, gotta give flowers to the Air Jordan 5 metallic, the black metallic player, because man, I am really, really, one, not shocked, but I'm also just really proud that the Black Metallic 5 is receiving the love that it is, because we know that 5s are not the most coveted as compared to what 1s have been in the past, and 3s and then 4s are always in the mix somehow. 5s, not necessarily. The Black Metallic 5, though, in 2025, like it said, listen, hold my drink, I got this. So you will notice that through all 6 months on this graphic, the Black Metallic 5 is present. I think the other Jordan Retro that is certainly present in every single graphic, correct me if I'm wrong, the Black Cement 3. And we know that there was controversy with that release because of the cement print, and I get it. Totally get it. I didn't go for that pair because I have the older pair, but nonetheless, that sneaker is also present. So I think we have to acknowledge, right? Nostalgia is real. Some of these pairs are just so well done and well made that people are continuously looking for them. And when you look at a predominantly black retro also, that can go with so much. If you're someone that's looking to downsize or just have one dominant pair or a few dominant pairs in your rotation, then why not go for either of those, okay? So I just wanted to go ahead and give the Black Metallic 5 their flowers, because I know that that's going to be a top pick for like top 3, top 5, maybe even top sneaker of the year once we start to have those conversations. I'm just holding off on having those myself. But the surprises, okay, and I think also, let me just point out, I think the Legend 11 was also, the Legend Blue 11 was also in there, or okay, the Columbia 11. So people are still certainly checking for those. Now, I know some will say, well, didn't those sit? So how are people checking for them? Everybody isn't chronically online, like you or I when it comes to sneakers. So maybe they're still taking their time to get around to the pairs that they want. They happen to see a pair walking around every day and they go, you know what, let me just search. And if you just do a regular search, a Google search on any item, of course, like GOAT and StockX will come up. So I just say, keep that in mind, because I know some will think, well, a pair sat, so what do you mean it's in demand, or it doesn't have high resale? That's the other thing. A lot of people think a sneaker can't be in demand because it doesn't have high resale. Timberland boots are always in demand, okay? The 6-inch Classic is always in demand. It's one of like the top sold items on eBay, or not eBay, but StockX, I think. So again, just keep these things in mind, okay? Context helps. But the surprise, I'm so proud of this Nike P6000 metallic silver, because anytime I wear this, it turns heads, okay? It really does. Like, I know people that after seeing this posted and then they saw it a few more times, it just clicked and they were like, no, this is actually a pair I want. Again, the P6000, it's so lightweight, it's comfortable for all day wear, at least for me and a lot of other people. It won't be for everyone. That is going to be a preference, but it's so comfortable just to throw on. And I think the metallic silver, it does just enough to attract attention. Really, it can kind of set the outfit out, off a little bit, but it doesn't have to overpower anything of what you're wearing. And I liken that to if you're wearing like, a Nike Air Max 97, like a silver bullet. I have the Swarovski pair, not a pair that you need to wear every single day, okay? But if I still want a silver pop, I can throw this on. And I think it does stand out because, again, I can wear any number of pairs, and I don't think that average everyday person necessarily cares. But when I throw this on, it doesn't matter. Someone is going to take notice, and I think you have to appreciate that. And it's always going to be like a really nice price point, okay? Because the P6000 just for retail is reasonable to most people when it's all said and done. You may have to pay a little bit more resale when it comes to your specific price, your specific size, but these are still available some places for retail or even a little below retail. So I'll do my best to put any links in the description box of this video if you're still interested in the P6000. And of course, I styled it already, so you can check out that video. I'll try to link it below or somewhere here in the cards. But the P6000 in the metallic silver shows up in January, in March, also in April. It doesn't show up in May, nor in June. So again, I just really wanted to give flowers to that pair. Now, the other surprise, there were two other constants in here that are not Jordan. They're not Nike. And this is what I mean by market share has been taken, because whether you are deep into sneaker culture or very much so you are more of just a casual consumer, we can't deny that these pairs, these models specifically, but then I guess also these colorways, because it is colorway based on here, they hold attention. And yes, they're all black. Talking about the New Balance 9060 and this triple black colorway, and then an Asics Gel 1130 also in the black and metallic silver. It's something about these metallics in 2025. Listen, if you don't believe me, we can go through the graphic for every single month, okay? Those two pairs are side by side in January, in February, in March. Moving along to April. Now, moving along to May. Now, the only difference is when we get to June, the New Balance 9060 does fall off, but I actually just want to point out that another Gel 1130 makes its way onto this list, this time in the white, black, and metallic silver. So again, it's something about these metallics that are just having their way in 2025, and I'm not mad about it at all. As someone that has the P6000 metallic silver, as someone that now has an Asics metallic pair in the mint colorway, and I actually wore this for even past a weekend, like an entire week, and it was just the go-to pair. So what is this telling you? There is still range and diversity in what people are shopping for and interested in 2025. We're going to have the respect in place for Jordan and Nike. No doubt. You can't deny that. But to also say, oh, well, no one cares about Asics or no one cares about New Balance, you can't say that because the data is also right there. And I think it's a good thing. I've said this time and time again. There shouldn't be any disdain or visceral reactions for anyone choosing to wear New Balance or Asics just because it's not what you prioritize. It's not a style preference or a model preference for you. The people have spoken because they choose to wear and go after those pairs. So it's really nice to see also affordable, what a lot of people think of as affordable pairs in these lineups month after month, because the 200, 215, 225, I don't care how you cut it, that's not seen as affordable for a lot of people, especially in this economy right now. It's just not. When you think about how high cost of living is, how unstable the job market is, and just so many other things, it's just not. Okay, so I am curious though, is there a specific sneaker outside of the ones I pointed out that surprised you on this list as being in demand? And people were even curious, in the comment section of this post, hey, what was that silver metallic pair? And, again, I just like the fact that it really is kind of receiving its shine. So people were also saying like, why weren't certain pairs in here? I mean, some of them haven't come out, right? I'm sure they can make this list once they actually drop in release. But plenty of pairs on here. There are collaborations on here. We have Nike SBs present, which again, Nike SBs have certainly will always be, I think, kind of in the mix. And the other one I want to show love to before we get out of here, because I think it's one of the most underrated drops of 2025, the Lucky Short Jordan 3. I do. I really think it's one of the best Jordan 3s we've seen in some time that's not an OG. It's super clean. And so I'm glad to see that it did have some demand in here in 2025, at least according to the data that we have here. So again, that's it. Just something fun, okay? And again, just having a lot of love and respect and appreciation for this pair. Is it going to be for everyone? Absolutely not. Some of you would never even dare to think to put this pair on. And me, on the other hand, I have started to reach for this more than so many other things in my collection, which has made me realize the pairs that I should be going after more, at least at this stage in sneaker collecting, than some of the ones that I did in the past. So please go ahead again, share your thoughts below. Are there pairs that really surprised you? If you had to pick like your top 3 from everything you saw over those 6 months, you know, for the pictures posted, go ahead, list that too. And please be sure you check out my recent video, because yeah, I did a whole reaction to a lot of points made in a complex sneakers podcast, and it brought a lot of messages home that we already discussed over here in terms of, are we aging out of the crazy consumption when it comes to sneakers, still having a passion? And we talk about storing sneakers, more specifically storage units. So with that, with all that being said, act your age, not your shoe size. Peace.